All right, the hammer. This has been my best friend for a long time now. So I've spent a lot of time shooting this thing, a lot of time hunting with it, shooting long distance, messing around with it. And I came across a few things that I think will be helpful tips for you guys. The magazine, for number one, it's got 2 shots in it, which is perfect. When you go to put the ammunition in there, if you take like one of the bullets and drop it in, and then at that point, just do what the magazine tells you to do, insert it this way. It's perfect, it doesn't fall out of there. That's one of the things I'm looking for. So I take the second one here and I want to load it up. I'm going to check it, drop it in place, and punch it through. And with that, there they are. They're held in place. They're not going to drop out of there. So that covers the bullets, kind of tip number one. Number two is we start talking about optics. This is not a gun, you're not going to put a cheap optic on it, number one, because you can actually shoot this thing at distance. So for me, I shoot a 5x30 by 50, and that means the bell housing up here in the front is actually a 50. So you're going to get pretty close to the rail depending on your ring height. So you want to make sure and measure that first so you can get that set up. The other thing is you want to get a scope that has good eye relief, because the heavier the bullet that you put in there, you're going to get, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. When you do that, it's going to give you a little bit of kick. And it's not like a kick like a normal firearm. It's more like a kick like, it's like a shove kind of, like in between a shotgun and then, I don't know, it's a really cool feeling. But, and of course you're going to want to shoot the 550 grain bullets out of it for sure. So get yourself a good optic. Check your eye relief. I think that's the most important thing, because if my eye relief is here, now I'm using the very back of my gun for the cheek well to put my face in there. So I like to move the scope a little bit further forward so that I can move up here on the cheek well and it settles into my shoulder. It just is a little bit more comfortable for you that way. Again, and check your scope rings. Take it in there if you want to. You can mount the scope rings, check the height, and you don't want your bell housing or your bell up here in the front actually banging off the front of the gun. So with that said, that's good. And there's some other options out there. On the front portion of it here, these are M-LOK inserts. So you can actually put like an M-LOK, if you want to put a Picatinny rail on here, you can actually get a 3-inch Picatinny and mount that on top of that. You can go a little bit longer if you want to and have it extend. It's really up to you, whatever you want to do. And then on the very bottom down here, because everybody's like, well, what if I want to put a bipod on this? Or what if I want to mount it to a tripod or something like that? Down here, you also have M-LOK slots here. You can put a rail across the bottom. And then all you have to do is connect it in there with the M-LOK. It's nice. You just put it in, tighten the screws down, and then that gives you a Picatinny rail. You can clamp your bipod to that, or you can hook it up to a tripod. Those are just some little tips that I've got there. And really with the scope, I mean, you guys are going to be amazed. It's absolutely awesome. I started with a scope that was like a 3x9, and after that now I'm up at a 5x30 because heck, this thing's fun to shoot, and not only that, it's accurate too. So with that being said, you guys have fun slinging lead. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's TXHogDude. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it's Iden Hansen Official. And with that, you guys have fun slinging lead.
At 7:30, that feeder kicked off, and it was like a dinner bell. This doe and this button buck come running in, as you can see in the video. They just ran in and came around, and that doe gave me a pretty good shot. It was quartering towards me, but I was confident in the pile driver. The 45 pile driver, you know, you're pushing 600 foot-pounds of energy with a 350 grain hollow point slug. I knew it could take her down.
Smacked the doe. One doe down with the pile driver. Yeah, I hope I got it on the Tacticam. Yes! Hatsan Piledriver, Nielsen Specialty Ammo, 250 grain hollow points, boat tail. Texan 45 by AirForce Airgun. This thing is a mean machine.
Most powerful and fastest muzzle velocity, 1,300 feet per second. 250 bar working pressure. 2x500C volume air tank. Ergonomic design tactical stock. Quiet energy shrouded barrel technology. Foregrip with automatic expandable bipod. Hercules.
Tell me about it. Say it's true. Tell me it's true.
It finally got here.
Finally
We've been
got
waiting for so long. Yeah, this is the first production air shotgun.
Boom! An air shotgun. What?
Air Venturi has come out with a gun they call the Wing Shot.
Okay.
This actually gun has evolved from the big bore. They put on a smooth bore barrel and a beaded front sight, like a shotgun. But this gun is shooting a shotgun shell.
That stuff still blows my mind. It's like magic to me.
Number 7 shot.
Okay, so what? There's about 30 or so little BBs in there?
Yeah. I mean, it's holding a pretty tight pattern out to about 20, 25 yards.
Okay. What's different between what you need for a regular air gun and then what you need for a shotgun?
Well, they're using the same valving system with it. They use the same loading port, but what they've done is they removed the front sight, the rail that's used for a scope. They've taken off the front sight blade and they've machined this down. They put on the bead, put on a smooth bore barrel, for a shotgun rather than a rifle. Sure. Smooth bore. Essentially, that's about it.
Come on, Jim. Come on.
Take it.
I love this though. Wing Shot right there. Nice etching. Got the birds there. I mean, this is great for somewhere like this. It looks like this is a place. I mean, I'm just seeing billions of birds around here. This looks like this is the prime thing where you don't have to wait and then make sure the bird doesn't move and it's just sitting there and get a headshot. You can get it humanely with this with a little bit of movement.
Yeah, and I'm anxious because we're sitting here talking and I'm watching these birds shooting over our heads as we're going. Yep. There you go.
Woo! Woo! Airgun shotgun.
Come on, let's go check this out.
Yeah, let's do it.